So I'm sure you guys couldn't tell from the intro, but this is Epic Battles of RTA, where we generally take a look at some of the interesting, creative, wacky things that people are using in RTA on any given day. This battle is not so much wacky. This battle is a Jamir, though. It's a Jamir without a tableau. It's a Jamir without a cleave. It's just a Jamir in the situation that I was explaining in the Jamir video, where I was saying Jamir's underrated unit. We could be using him in a lot more situations. So we see a Jamir here. We also see, let's see the Xiongpeng. Xiongpeng is on despair. Did you guys see that? I'm sure you guys did see that. And then resets everything. So that means everyone's got their cooldowns again. That means Samath comes back from the dead as well. All the CCs is back. Xiongpeng gets all his skills again. Everything gets all their skills again. So he's using it for reset of all these strong skill 3s, and he's also using it for a speed lead. This is what I was explaining in the other video, and he was fighting a G3, one of the best players on global, if I do say so myself. Omar Charles got a crazy account, crazy runes, and he actually held his own. I mean, he held his own, and he also won. Fantastic unit. And this is what I was saying in the other video, that Jamir is underrated. Jamir is a fantastic unit. We're not really giving him the credit that he deserves. Some people disagree. They're like, no, Bagel, I use him all the time. I'm like, yeah, you use him all the time, but a lot of people also have him in storage and not giving him the credit that he deserves. But it's nice to see someone doing a great job with Jamir. And also, I love this Despair Xiongpeng. I think Despair Xiongpeng, I use him for arena offense. Despair, I think, is a fantastic rune set for him. Underrated rune set as well. So this may or may not be another Jamir match, but we get to see Jamir being used with a G3. The G3 is actually the one using Jamir, so it's not just one person using Jamir. And again, he's using for a speed lead, and he's using without a tableau. He's using without a cleave. So let's see. The Triton outspeeds the Gianna. Not very surprising, to be honest. And then we're going to see this Charlotte come in and go crazy nanners. And this is, at this point, that's and get an additional turn, right? So he didn't even need to use the reset there. If he needed to use the reset, he would use the reset. That's so Bagel. That's so redundant. If he needed to use the reset, he would use the reset. So he's hoping now for some. Well, he was hoping for an additional turn with that Charlotte. So let's see. Jamir's just gonna cleanse everything now. In about, actually, the Rika is going to. He's got to reset the Rika. Yeah, Jamir's gonna cleanse everything as soon as he gets a turn. Let's see it, baby. Let's see it. He's got to go for the Jamir. So that's why he built the Jamir with high resistance. So there we go. He's gonna cleanse, but the game is already won anyway. But see, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about in the video. I was saying Jamir, such an underrated unit, and Jamir, surprise, surprise, is an underrated unit. Imagine a world where Bagel does another spotlight of Jamir after the last 2 matches where Jamir. Oh, it's Jamir! I had no idea. How did he make it into here? That's so crazy. Okay, so let's see what the turn order is here. So outspeeds with the Moor. Then he's gonna bomb AoE stun everyone. AoE strip stun, doesn't get the Jamir. Well, guess what happens when he doesn't get the Jamir? Jamir increases the cleanses everything and resets the cooldowns. I mean, they didn't have anything cooldown anyway. But AoE cleanse everything. Speed lead plus an AoE cleanse. That's the underrated part of Jamir. He's got that AoE cleanse. Fantastic. He's so nasty. This is not exactly the team I was using him with, but it's similar team to what I was using him with. I was using him very heavily with Xiongpeng. He's a fantastic unit with Xiongpeng. Xiongpeng is just, like, super strong on his own. But look how devastating that was. Jamir's cleanse totally changed. I mean, Jamir, and this is why I was saying resistance, if you're going to use him, like, against the outspeed CC comps, to have good resistance on him so that you can cleanse your whole team. So there we go. We see another fantastic Jamir saves the day spotlight. Jamir battle number no, I'm just kidding. It's not more Jamir. It's not more Jamir. So we're gonna see some interesting units though. I mean, Charlotte we see every once in a while. It's not like we've never seen Charlotte before. We see the Nikki. We see the Wind Ryu, which never seems to work, but people keep picking him. So let's see if he works now. I think Oberon is actually pretty strong in this, a little bit stronger in this than the last season. That's just my opinion, though. So, and then he actually lands it against, okay, so he lands it against the fire one. So that's, you know what, if it works, it works. So I thought this one was interesting. This one has 3 LD5s. It's RTA, LD5s is LD5s is LD5s, but 3 LD5s we don't usually see. So we see we got the Alexandra there, we got the Dark Slayer, we got the Dark Velajul, the Fermion there as well. So let's see what happens here. We got the counter. That Dark Slayer, as soon as he gets started, he can go potentially pretty crazy. especially on Revenge. He did not get the Provoke there. Provoke would have been very, very nasty there. Okay, does not get... does he awaken into resistance, this Dark Slayer? I mean, he had the glancing on, but he didn't get all his skills that he didn't get the Provokes on there. So, really wanted the Provokes, I'm sure. Does he Revenge? Because I'm sure he's built on Revenge. This Dark, yeah, he's built on Revenge. He gets the Revenge on the Juno, which is not the thing that he wanted to Revenge. He's going to get some more glancings, which is going to be... That's the... Oh, he doesn't get the glancing on the Dark Slayer. Okay, well that's... Now the Dark Slayer can actually do things. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of... The Korean player does not have a whole lot of heal in general. He's got some sustain with the Juno if he takes a lot of debuffs, and he's got the shield with the Dark Unicorn, but he's not using the Dark Unicorn shield in human form. There are some strips on the German player's team though. There's the Molly skill 1. There's also the Fermion skill 1 as well. So let's see. Does he get his crazy combo? He does not. He's not getting these Provokes, man. This Dark Slayer is not getting these Provokes. We're seeing more of a Dark Unicorn spotlight than anything else at this point. Okay. Well, he's still this poor guy with the glancing. Oh my god. Okay. This is just such a... This is why you don't really see these units too much. It's just like... It could be done a little bit faster with other units. But it's fun to use interesting units. It's fun to use rare units, right? So, it's nice that we actually get to see them. So, let's see this Dark Slayer. Now he doesn't have to worry about the glancings. So now he can go nanners. But this Molly Ringwald and Lulu team is kind of toxic. Like that combo is very hard to kill things with Molly and Lulu on the team, especially if you don't have like raw damage, like just defense breaks into a big nuke or just ignore defense or anything like that. He needs to get his more glancing hits. This Dark Slayer has not gotten his crazy combo off ever, or maybe just the Korean player knows that if I take glancing into Dark Slayer, I could just not ban him and I'll be just fine. Maybe that's his gameplay. Maybe that's his knowledge, because it seems to be working. The Dark Slayer gets glanced, and the Dark Slayer really doesn't do too much. So, seems to be working so far. Let's see. He gets the attack, just a little bit more heal onto Lulu. Get another Sword Rain. He's just gonna keep trying to CC, keep trying to decrease attack gauge. He's still not getting the Dark Slayer's doing nothing this entire match. Okay, he gets the defense break. He's got just enough damage. Okay, just enough damage to actually take some of these things out. It's crazy because there's not a whole lot of sustain on that Korean player's side. The Dark Slayer has had so many chances. So many chances to get off his Provokes, and he's just not getting... This is RNG, guys. This is esports. This is your lovely esports. It's just, he did not ever get a chance to shine, this Dark Slayer. He did not do his Provokes. I mean, aside from provoking Juno, which is not what he was going for, he did not get his Provokes on the units that actually needed to be provoked to stop the crazy stuff from happening, and to cycle the Dark Slayer's crazy potential to just infinitely provoke everything. So this is starting to look like an Obabo draft if I've ever seen one. We got the Bella, we've got CR, we've got Vertiheel. Obabo likes to use those turn cycling units, and also likes to use Bella as well. So gets turn 1 with the Water Sky... I want to say Sky Dancer, not a Sky Dancer. Not very shocking though, because Water Sky Surfer is very good at taking turn 1 based on his passive, right? As long as there's a lot of buffs on the field. So gets the Vertiheel Revenge, but does not get enough to actually stop Nephthys from doing her thing. So even with that glancing hit, the Bella still did enough to dismount the Savannah. Now it's all up to, and fighting a G3 player too. Very strong player. So let's see, gets enough to actually kill. Well, I mean, it's damage, it's additional damage based on speed, so it actually isn't, it wasn't going to do that bad in that situation, but it's kind of interesting to see a draft like this going up against a G3 player, which is, you know, G3 players are generally very smart, very experienced, they know how to counter a lot of stuff, but then you first pick Bella and it's like, Okay, what's their draft going to be if they're first picking Bella? I'm not entirely sure. Bella's a great unit, though, by the way. Bella's another underrated unit. She's generally ranked higher on the tier lists nowadays, especially after the artifacts have come in. Makes her even stronger with all her multi-hits. Another first pick Bella into a Vanessa, a Water Sky Surfer as well. And then we have, I think, that's a Swift Bella, isn't it? So bans the speed lead out. I think even with that speed lead ban, that Water Surfer is gonna, yeah, he's gonna get turn 1. Did not get the stun. Trying to go for enough additional damage to kill. So now the Barbara is going to increase attack age on the enemy team, but it is not enough because the Bella was fast enough to cut in. Didn't get all the damage with the... I am surprised that Cadiz actually did not die twice. I felt like that Cadiz was gonna die, and then he didn't, and then I thought that the Cadiz was gonna die again, and then he didn't. And I'm sure also his opponent, the Japanese player, thought Cadiz was gonna die twice, and then he was like, right, okay, Cadiz didn't die. Wonderful. I quit. I kind of want to see more of these Bella Miles matches. By the way, his name is Miles. I was not going crazy. I was like, it's Miles. No, it's not Miles. Why do I want to call him Miles? Because it actually is Miles. So bans the CR, speed lead. And then bans out the Light Monkey. So opponent's team is going to go, doesn't go first because of all the buffs. Miles passive. I thought that maybe still with the speed lead, he might have still gone first. So cuts in, and that's going to be enough for those dots. I was questioning if that was going to be enough for those dots to kill, or if he was just going to barely survive with a sliver of health. But Diana definitely came in and sealed the deal. So, GG, that was a fast one. So this would not be an epic Battles of RTA if we did not show at least one match from Birdman. So Birdman in here picking first pick Bastet. Opponent's like, okay, I'm gonna get cleaved. Then he follows it up with Chow, Xiongfei, Water Joker. And opponent's like, yeah, what are you doing? What are you even picking? You first pick Bastet. Weren't you trying to cleave me? And he's like, just kidding. You don't even know what I'm gonna do, bro. First pick Bastet into not anything. I mean, Bastet's actually pretty decent in a lot of places. Bastet's one of those units that you can take her into almost anything. I mentioned this in another video before, but Bastet's one of those units you can take her into almost anything, like almost any area of the game, and she's actually good. So just one taps the Poseidon as long as you got a defense break, no attack power buff needed because Poseidon's always super squishy. Gets the sleep. 2-turn sleep was actually pretty huge on that Xiongfei, so he can't cleanse anything, which is kind of disappointing. But Chow doesn't have to worry too much about that. So let's see. He goes for the Chow there. Interesting. He did not get the debuffs on that. This Chow's gonna come back in a second though. Yeah, he didn't get the defense breaks there. Chow's just gonna one tap. Oh, never mind. He's not gonna one tap. Just kidding. I was just kidding about that one tap Chow. So let's see. Go slash, but he doesn't get the debuffs on that. Oh, he does get the debuffs. Okay, he does get the defense break. Gets attack power buff, increase attack gauge as well. And then let's see. Does he land it? He gets resisted. So I was gonna say that resistance is huge, but actually he was going to outspeed anyway because there wasn't that much attack gauge on the Kaki. Alright guys, that's it for this episode of Epic Battles of Arte. Hope you guys enjoyed it, but now it's time for bed, so I'll see you as always in the next one.